coverage of the 2026 NFL Draft in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's finally here as the Jets continue to thrive as the kings of the offseason. With all these picks and all these trades, can the Jets improve enough to become a playoff team in year 2 of Glenn and Muji? Jake's here and is live breaking down all the picks the Jets are making. It's the Jake Asman Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the NFL Draft here in Pittsburgh, where night 1 of the draft is officially in the books. And the New York Jets, they were busy. Pick 2 and 16, that we knew. But then Darren Muji gave us a curveball at the end of night 1, trading back into the first round, shades of the 2022 draft for the New York Jets. And this time the Jets select a wide receiver with their trade in to round 1. Omar Cooper Jr., the final pick for the Jets at number 30, after they took tight end Kenyon Sadiq at 16, and David Bailey, the edge rusher from Texas Tech, was the pick at number 2. So the Jets come away with Bailey, Sadiq, and Cooper. And I think if you're a Jet fan, you have to be cautiously optimistic about what this team did during night 1 of the draft. For everyone who wanted Arvell Reese, myself included, we cannot dispute what David Bailey is as a pass rusher. We cannot dispute what David Bailey brings to the table as someone that could get after the quarterback. He led college football in sacks, tackles for a loss, pressure percentage. The analytics jump off the chart. The production was there. His career pressure rate is 18.7%, which is tops among FBS players since 2016. This guy was an outstanding prospect. He's a pure edge rusher. There's no guesswork. Twitchy athlete, excellent get off, ran the 40 in 4.5 seconds, fastest by any player at 250 plus pounds. Ironically, Bailey was the player that was about to run the 40 when Aaron Glenn got caught sleeping. But hey, it didn't matter because Glenn saw the number, he saw the tape, and he said, that's my guy. Kenyon Sadiq, little more of a question mark here, right? You're projecting with him. He is a big slot. He is a pass catcher. Yes, his position is tight end, but he is someone that's going to offer a lot more than what a traditional tight end will offer. Think of him like McBride in Arizona. Think of him like Bowers with the Raiders. Think of him like Fannin with the Browns. This guy is a big slot. He's a weapon. He's a guy that hopefully sets up mismatches on the outside, and he's a guy that can help this team score points. Simple. Like, this guy's a playmaker. 13 catches of 20-plus yards in 2025. I don't think his blocking is as bad as some said. Did I love it at 16? Look, Mekhi Lemon was there. Ironically, Omar Cooper Jr. was there. Denzel Boston was there. And the Jets felt like they had conviction with Sadiq. I heard Darren Muji say that they have a real plan for him. We will see. I think Frank Reich and his ability to maximize what Kenyon Sadiq can do, that's the biggest question with that pick. But as far as value, look, this was a guy that was projected to go maybe in the top 10. The Jets got him at 16. And then the final move they made, Omar Cooper Jr. Look, if you saw my instant reaction to this one, you know I was giddy. I think Omar Cooper Jr. is a playmaker. You just can't bring him down. I've heard people say he's Deebo Samuel's light. You watch the tape, you see a lot of that. The explosiveness, the competitiveness. He's tough to bring down. He's a guy that is going to make the Jets a way better football team. He just is. And the fact that you got him after you already added Sadiq, it backed up what we thought the Jets were going to do in this draft. They spent money in the offseason to fix this defense. And we knew at 2 they were going to take one of the defensive players. We knew it was either going to be Arvell Reese or David Bailey. We knew that. But the Jets went out there, and then from that point on, they did what we thought they were going to do, what they needed to do. They addressed the offensive playmaker position. And that's how I describe Sadiq. He's not a receiver. He's not a tight end. He's a playmaker. And the Jets, look, I know it's crazy to think about, but Breece Hall, your running back. Garrett Wilson, a number 1 wide receiver. A.D. Mitchell, a nice piece in that room. Let's say he's wide receiver 3. Kenyon Sadiq, Omar Cooper Jr., Mason Taylor at tight end. He's your inline tight end. Let's run some 12 personnel with him and Sadiq. You have players on this offense. Now, the Jets are not bereft of talent for once. The Jets have made moves to become a better football team. It's a novel concept, I know, but they have added legitimate pass catchers to their team, and they added a guy who's arguably the best pass rusher in the draft. I think if you're a Jet fan, you have every right to be cautiously optimistic with what they did in night one. Now, would it be nice to have pick 33 tonight for us to discuss? Oh, are they going to take Ty Simpson? Well, that's not happening. Congrats to Ty on going to the Rams. Would it be nice to have pick 33? We could debate, should they trade out and get a third and get some value, or just take whoever the best player is? Maybe it's Denzel Boston. Maybe it's one of the guards that's sitting there, Pregnon or Brisantis, whoever. We could have the debate. We could have the conversation. I think getting Omar Cooper Jr. was worth trading pick 33. Because if you look at what the Jets traded, they traded 33 and they traded a fifth-round comp pick they owned. They still have their 2 fourths. They still have pick 44 of round 2. Who's to say the Jets don't trade out a 44 and get a third rounder that way? Look, I love what the Jets did with the Cooper trade up. I think it's so smart to get him. 1, you now have him for 5 years under team control. You get the 5th-year option on him. 2, the Buffalo Bills were going to take him. The Buffalo Bills traded down immediately after the Jets selected Cooper. That was their guy. Good job by Darren Muji having the intel to understand that's what Buffalo was doing. So I think if you're a Jet fan, you have every right to be cautiously optimistic. You also could say, look, until they win, none of this matters. I get that. But you know what? If you're one of the 1,000 people that's watching a Jet YouTube show when it's about to be midnight right now, you want to have something to believe in. You want to have some hope. And I think we got some of that tonight. Again, I didn't love the Sadiq pick. I understood it, but I didn't love it because I wanted a receiver. They got me a receiver. So now I got to put my faith in Darren Muji, and I got to put some of my faith in Frank Reich. And you know what? Geno Smith, if he's protected, which I believe he will, I think he could get the ball to Kenyon Sadiq and Mason Taylor. Now, I wanted Mekhi Lemon. I'll be the first to tell you. And the Eagles taking about 20 doesn't make me feel great because they know what they're doing. But I think ultimately their process to get here, maybe a little shaky how we got here, but I think you have to like where we ended up. Again, they got the best pass rusher in the draft, and they got 2 legit weapons. And I will read you guys a text I got from someone that is in the scouting community in the NFL, because I think the Jets are getting a ton of praise from non-Jet fans and people that work in football. Quote, incredible Jets value, great first round from Mooj. That was a text from someone that works in scouting in the NFL. Again, I think the Jets had a good night. I mean, I think we could be excited. It's been a while. All right. And when the Jets took Cooper, I actually went, yeah. Like I was like, whoa, I'm doing this for something Jet related. I didn't know what that was like. I felt like, my guy Richie from Jets Media. I was hyped up when they got Omar Cooper. It's been a while since I got positive Jet vibes from something the team did and not just celebrating our great fan base, So, look, I think if you're a Jet fan, you have every right to be cautiously optimistic. I'm not going to say we're winning the Super Bowl. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, Super Bowl, here we go. Or, even this team winning like 9 games, I'm not going to sit here and say that. But I think it's a good start to what the Jets have going for them. What grade would you give the Jets in the draft? I'm running a poll right now. We have over 500 votes in it. A, 59%, B, 32%, C, 6%, D, 4%. If you're watching live right now, thanks for being here. We're presented by PrizePicks. Download the PrizePicks app because they have an awesome special this draft weekend for everyone out there. PrizePicks is giving people an opportunity to make picks involving each draft pick in the NFL draft. What I mean by that is you can go more or less on where a specific prospect is going to be drafted. So, for instance, tonight, this is what I did in my prize pick lineup here. I'll pull it up on the screen so you guys can see. Number 2 overall pick, you go in Bailey or Reese. Well, I went with Reese, so I didn't win this one. But the point is you can make your own picks over at PrizePicks. Just use that code HMA. And again, if you put in $5, they're going to give you $50 in lineup bets immediately. So check it out. Shout out to PrizePicks for sponsoring our draft night coverage. Comments, questions, super chats, we'll cut the line. We're going to get to your calls as well on the Gus Buster Umbrella Hotline. Jet fans, how we feeling? I think you have every right to be cautiously optimistic. And if you want to be someone who just says, I don't care, they got to win games when it matters, I understand that too. But I talk about this team every day, and I try to offer honest analysis in real time. And in real time, my reaction is, I thought the Jets had a good night. I would have went with Reese. I would have taken Lemon at 16, but you know what? They went with Sadiq. Okay, weapon, can't fault you there. You have a high grade on him. He's a great – if anyone's ever heard Kenyon Sadiq be interviewed, you're going to fall in love with him. And Omar Cooper Jr. is a dog. All right, that was the best move they made tonight, in my opinion. So I feel good. Let's hear from the head coach and the general manager of the New York Jets. They spoke moments ago. We head live to One Jets Drive, where the Mooj and Aaron Glenn are standing by.
Exciting night. We'll just jump right into it. Any questions?
Hey, Chief, we'll first for both of you, Darren. With Bailey, I mean, obviously the raging debate was, the experience and the production versus the potential and whatnot. Can you talk a little bit about what stood out with Bailey for you guys?
Yeah, I would say this. Both of those guys, because we're talking about those two guys, are really good players. Listen, Arvell's going to have a really good career in this league. But when you just continue to evaluate those guys, we just felt like Bailey fit us better when it comes to he's a 6'4", 255-pound man with 34-inch arms that has a ton of production in college. Listen, we looked at all those things, and, like, he fits us.
Was Sadiq, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Was Sadiq one of those value picks where you stick to the value board and you go, wow, we can't pass this?
Yeah, absolutely. Sadiq was a player that obviously we studied, spent a lot of time on, and valued as an offensive weapon. And when he was there, it was really a no-brainer for us just to add another weapon to the offense. And Frank's got a great vision for the player and how we can use him in multiple ways and get in 12 personnel and do different things and just use him as another weapon and make it tough on the defense.
How rare is it to have a guy like that who can stretch the field but also is a willing blocker too in Sadiq?
Yeah, that's one thing that, like, I think a lot of people are surprised. You assume, you look at the tag, right? He's 240 pounds. He ran 4.39. Oh, this is just going to be an F. He's going to be out there split. When this guy's in line, he's a good blocker, not just a serviceable blocker. He's a good blocker, and you said it. That just adds to his value and versatility.
He's going to be able to. We're going to be able to dictate as far as the defense is concerned. On what are you going to play? You can be in base. You can be in nickel, and he brings that value to us. Man, there are so many positions that he can play for us. That's going to make us be able to open up the offense, and Frank has a really, really good vision for this player. So, man, I'm looking forward to going against this player, doing training camp, so it'll be fun.
You guys obviously felt like you had enough, like you said, information to cancel the visit with David. So, I'm curious, like, what was it about your conversations with him over the course of this process where you thought, okay, we're very comfortable with him and the idea of taking him?
Well, obviously at the Combine, we had conversations with him, and that was only 20 minutes. But when you go to his pro day and be able to go out to eat dinner with him, man, you can really dig deep into who he is as a person. And, man, we got a lot of information about who he is. And then we had guys from Stanford, that coach for us, and they know about the guy. So we felt really comfortable with drafting the guy, too.
I also had a really good Zoom call with the player as well, so we had multiple touch points and felt really good about it.
A lot of people talk about Bailey's get off, his twitch and so forth. I'm wondering, how do you evaluate that trait? Like, how good is it, and how does that fit into the kind of defense you want?
Well, just first step quickness, and that's obvious when you watch the tape. The way he's able to beat tackles around the edge, but don't take him for a guy that could just rush with speed around the edge. Man, there are several long arms, there are several power things that he's done, within his game that allows him to be able to show that he can rush with power. So, listen, we're going to try to unlock everything that he can. Man, obviously we have some really good coaches that's going to be able to help him. And we're really excited about that. We're really excited about all three of the players that we got.
How important was it to address the pass catching position when, I think everybody made a big deal about nothing happened in free agency at that spot. Now you got two today. How important was that for you guys?
It was definitely important, but we were still stacking the board with players that we think can help us and their overall value. Talking about Sadiq and just as an overall weapon, he was there, and we think this is great value to add to the offense. And then Omar Cooper was a guy that we had good grades on, and when we saw him there towards the end, an opportunity to give up a comp fifth, pick 179 to get back up and get the fifth-year option, just make sure we got our guy. We felt really good about that. Again, to add another weapon, a guy that's got rack, strong hands, can insert block, has a little versatility to play inside and outside. So feel really good about those two additions for the offense.
Here's what also is critical. Here's what's critical about those three players is they come from winning programs also. So when you get a chance to bring that into your locker room, man, it speaks volumes. I mean, Omar, and we all seen against Penn State when he made the game-winning catch. Man, you saw the things that Bailey did as far as the forced fumbles and things like that. You saw Sadiq and his rack, man. All those guys has done something within their career. They either won the game, they take over a game, but they come from winning programs, and that was huge to be able to get guys like that.
Darren, the assumption was all along, and was from many people, was you were going to come out of here with an edge rusher and potentially a receiver. The fact that you got Sadiq in there with these three, could things have fallen any better because the receivers kind of slid down a little bit for a while?
Yeah, it's exciting. We're definitely happy with the way it fell. There's no doubt about that because we know the more weapons we have, the better chance we have on offense, and just to do different things, like Coach mentioned. You can give defenses problems with the versatility of these guys that we're adding.
Did you get any when you were on for this number 2 pick? Any calls?
Didn't get any calls. Had a lot of conversations leading up to it, but nothing serious, and didn't get any calls.
Aaron, how is Bailey against the run, and
how is he against the run? I think he did a good job when you watch him at Tech. Listen, there's some things he got to improve on, just like any player that's coming in. But, man, listen, we have 4 guys, 4 edges. Well, actually more than that. But with those 4 guys that we have on the team, man, they're going to be able to cause some damage for us. So I'm looking forward to coaching those guys. Again, we have to make sure everybody comes in and understands exactly what to do with the scheme, but he's going to fit right in with us.
Aaron, what do you think about the depth of the tight end room? I mean, you talked
Yeah.
about, you thinking Mason was going to be a huge year.
Yeah.
And now you went out and got
Yeah, and Darren just said it, man. Just to be able to have another weapon on our offense that gives Geno a chance to be a point guard, to be deliver the ball to these guys is huge. And anytime you can build your tight end room the way that we have, it allows you to get in different type of packages, but be able to force the defense to, okay, so what are you going to do now? And if you get in nickel, we get a chance to run the ball. You get in base, then we get a chance to throw it. So, man, it's going to be exciting, to have him and the rest of those tight ends we have on the game at the same time.
What, for AG,
Yep.
you don't see teams get 3 first-round picks that often. Now, it did happen here 4 years ago,
Yeah.
22, but really it's only happened like maybe 3-4 times
Yep.
in team history. From a big picture standpoint, what does it mean? You're trying to get this rebuild going here just to get these 3 guys. What does it do for the acceleration of the program?
I think it's something that I've talked about before is when you have targets, you identify guys you like, you love, you go get them. And that's exactly what we did today. And anytime you could bring guys with a winning background on your team, that only helps the morale of your team. So there's a lot of things that go into that. But, man, to get 3 first-round picks and the caliber of guys that we got, the personality, the mentality, the football character, all those things are huge, bringing those guys on our team.
Was there a maturity level in those 3 guys that was like a common thing there? Because we heard about, David and how advanced he is. I think he graduated in 3 years or something like that. Was there a maturity level you saw?
No doubt. I mean, I know I felt that when I met all of those players that we're talking about here, that you definitely felt a mature level of professionalism to those guys, which is good. You feel good about that.
Darren, when did you know Bailey was the guy?
We had discussions all the time leading up to it, right? And we were never going to make a decision until we had to. I think the last few days, it started to crystallize for us and become, pretty concrete. We knew, but we never want to make a decision until we absolutely had to. So it was in the last few days. It's good discussions.
Take a couple more. So what was the thinking in canceling the visit? Was there some poker? Were we playing a little poker there?
No, it wasn't. It was like I said earlier. There was a lot of different reasons. We were juggling really all 30 of them. We had good touch points, as Coach mentioned. I had a great Zoom with him. Didn't feel the need to do it.
Did you not want to make him fly cross country?
No, he was bouncing around. He would have been fine flying in, but yeah, it wasn't anything like I mentioned before.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. See you tomorrow.
Darren Muji and Aaron Glenn after night 1 of the NFL draft, a night where the Jets came away with not 1, not 2, but 3 players in the first round. Hit the like button if you're just joining us. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. It's almost midnight on the East Coast. We got 1,200 people in here. You guys are the best. Thanks for being part of the ride. Big thank you to this community. It helped us hit over 45,000 subscribers a couple days back. Subscribe if you're new. We talk Jets each and every day. We are coming at you live from the NFL draft in Pittsburgh. The media room is about to clear out after the first round of the draft is in the books, but we are not going anywhere. I will take plenty of your calls tonight. We will go as long as we have to go, talking all things New York Jets. I do want to share that on Monday, we have raffle number 70. Every membership is double all draft weekend until the end of the draft. So your chance on Monday to win a signed Joe Namath helmet, signed Nick Mangold helmet, signed Darrelle Revis helmet, signed Garrett Wilson helmet, and a signed Mason Taylor helmet if you enter the raffle. Couple takeaways I had from listening to Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji. One, it is clear that David Bailey ultimately was their pick because they felt like he fit what they wanted better. Now, you can interpret that a couple of different ways, but fit us better to me is code for we didn't necessarily take the best player. We took the guy that we think could be impactful right away, and we don't want to mess around. We could question that process, but let's see what David Bailey ends up being. Of course, Arvell Reese ends up going to the New York Football Giants. So Bailey and Reese, they were always going to be compared to one another. But now, I mean, you're talking about two players that are going to be forever linked to one another. That's going to be obviously Bailey and Reese. But again, Bailey is a guy that could get after the quarterback. I think the comments from Glenn there about how they think they could coach him up against the run is notable. I like David Bailey. I wasn't going to kill the Jets if they took him. I just think it's fair to wonder about the process that got us here. Again, if you're going to draft him second overall, wouldn't you want to spend every minute around the guy you can? They canceled the top 30 visit. I know Muji said in that presser that he had a Zoom with him. They met with him at the combine, all that. But a little curious they didn't have a top 30 visit with him. But ultimately, they took him. But the one thing I'll say about Bailey, we don't need to pretend like he's not good. You know what I mean? Like, again, I wanted Arvell Reese, but we don't need to act like David Bailey was not an elite prospect. If he didn't go 2, he was probably going 3. Remember that. Some other notes from the presser here that I want to hit before we get to some of your calls. I thought Glenn's comment about getting guys from winning programs, I thought that was interesting. The Jets, it's no secret, they have been losers for a long time. There's a stench that is in that building, at that stadium, all right? And it's not just New Jersey that smells. Sorry, New Jersey. All right, like the Jets, like their odor of losing is everywhere. And to try and change that, what they have done this offseason is add veterans who know what they're doing, who bring intangibles and leadership. Demario Davis, Minka Fitzpatrick, David Onyemata. These guys have been in the league for a long time. They're pros. All right, you already added Harrison Phillips, who will have a captain on it, the C on his chest. They needed leaders. Leadership was important. Winning backgrounds was important. That was important in their draft picks tonight. I mean, Bailey played on a team that was in the college football playoff. Sadiq played on a team that was in the college football playoff. Omar Cooper played on the team that didn't lose a game and won the national title. All right, enough said. And these guys, I thought it was a good line by Glenn when he talked about the fact that each of these players have had moments in their careers where they've taken over a game. I thought that was an interesting way to put it. In terms of the Sadiq pick, Muji essentially confirmed there was never any doubt. Like, he was the best player on their board. We know they had a clear need at receiver, but by taking Sadiq and then trading back into the first round for Omar Cooper Jr., that tells you all you need to know, that Sadiq was clearly their number one pass catcher when they were sitting there on the clock at 16. Like, it's not even a debate. Like, they knew, hey, pick 16, Kenyon Sadiq is better than Omar Cooper. He's better than Mekhi Lemon. He's better than Denzel Boston. He's the guy we're taking. He's better than Casey Concepcion. That's the bottom line. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Hey, real quick, what time does this close? What? No, can we go till 1 a.m.? Oh, God, they're just trying to throw us off Media Row here. What are we doing? I still got a live show to do. I have to go back to McFadden's and go live from there. Well, we're gonna stay as long as we could stay, folks. But they're trying to kick us out of Radio Row here. Look at this. Look at this. You can't kick us out. The Jets had 3 first-round picks, woman. Come on. We have Omar Cooper. What are we doing? Look at TD Finstock trying to get into it now. TD thinks he's going to fight the league, the NFL. TD versus Goodell. Come on now. I'm not going anywhere. I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio and Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not effing leaving. But again, a couple other takeaways here, and then we'll try and rapid fire through some calls because this is not what I had in mind. Clearly, Sadiq, best player available, best pass catcher. They took him. God bless. The other thing I will say is that in terms of what the Jets were looking to do, clearly they needed guys that other teams would have to game plan specifically against. And I thought it was a notable line when Glenn talked about how they feel like they could dictate the defenses more than they were able to do, obviously. So that's one thing that certainly was notable. But look, overall, I choose to be positive about what the Jets did on night one because I think they came away with 3 really good football players. And we could debate Reese Bailey. We could debate Sadiq at 16. But if you get Cooper to supplement it, I'm all about weapons, man. I get it. They could use a linebacker, a safety. We've done the defensive thing. They need proven pass catchers. You're the Jets. You are the only team since the merger to have 10 years in a row where you're bottom 10 in scoring offense and yards per game on offense. Think about that. You needed weapons. You came away with 2 of the better ones, and you got great value. See, if they took Cooper at 16, we'd say the value, not great, but we understood the thought process. To get him at 30, get the 5th-year option on him, which Muji mentioned, by the way, in his presser just there, and to put that all together, that's just outstanding. Comments, questions, super chats, we'll cut the line. Get your super chats in quick if you want them addressed. I promise. I don't care if the NFL drags me out in handcuffs. I'm going to make sure if anyone who's nice enough to support our show sent in a super chat, we'll get it up on the air. In fact, my producer here, Dom, you're going to take one for the team, all right? You're going to fight the NFL while I do the show to buy me more time. Okay, here we go. Dom has agreed. D-Don says, add Elijah Surratt. Amen. Love that. Peter Castro says, Cooper, best pick of the night. Hell yeah, he is. Neesmith Messina writes in, we're really splitting hairs on Bailey Reese. Something to be said about Arizona and Tennessee not taking him, especially when Tennessee took a defensive end later in the draft. I think that's a fair point, but I think Tennessee taking Tate, it's clear they clearly needed weapons. Like that was their thought process. Now, I would say this, though. Are we really going to use Robert Saleh as like the barometer of like, oh, well, they didn't take Reese either. Like, I don't know, but it's a fair point. NC says CBS already giving us a C- for the Bailey pick. Whatever. Who cares about CBS? Shooter says with the offensive weapons with Geno with a good line. Yeah, I think the Jets could score points. It's a novel concept. Blue Eye for Life says we won round 1, all 3 starters now, and can make an immediate impact. The concern is, can we really trust the coaching staff to develop these talents? I don't know. And we're going to find out, aren't we? All right, let me squeeze in this guy's call real quick because he was all over the broadcast tonight. Pretty epic. Ladies and gentlemen, Lou B joins us after he was on he was on TV more than Goodell tonight. Lou B, what's up?
I'm with BG and Johnny Boy.
Hey, Jake.
What a crazy night, Jake.
What a night. You guys were on TV more than the commissioner was, I swear.
Listen, he knew we were there. I just want to let all Jet fans know that we represented you guys so good. You have no idea. We took over the corner of that draft. Security just gave up on us. They were like, you got to get out of the aisle. We're like, we're not fucking moving. It was incredible. Goodell gave us both the cards, the Sadiq card and the Omar Cooper card. But I want to tell you guys something that was the most interesting part of the night. Arvell thought he was going to be, Arvell thought he was going to be a Jet. I promise you. His coach came over to sit with us during the second pick. He's like, I'm his coach. Or one of his coaches. And he was pounding his chest, looking at me in Hulk hands. He was on us the whole time, just pounding away. He really thought he was going to be a Jet. When David Bailey came over, I told him, we're expecting the world from you, bro. We're expecting the world from you. Don't let us down. So that's it, Jake.
Lou, you guys crushed it tonight. This photo is epic. You guys all got to get this framed and put in your Jet man caves. Lou is on the right there holding the phone next to David Bailey. Boy Green's in here. Hulk hands. I mean, everyone that came to our party earlier was a part of the broadcast tonight.
Crazy. It was only 14 people. I thought it was 25. It was only 14. And the last pick, when we traded up, we went nuts. And I'm like, please, let me go get Boba Jet and Johnny Boy. Please, let me keep my word. and she let me go get them. And I was like, no. And I don't know, Jake. I'd rather Arvell, but I think we had a good draft.
I think the Cooper pick really helped the night feel so much better because there's a
Indeed.
huge risk.
Yeah.
Let's go. Boy Green.
Woo!
Great job, man.
J-E-T-S, Jets. J-E-T-S, Jets.
Let's
We are
go,
still
boys.
out here.
You guys are the man.
Jake, I'll see you later. Let me know. Yeah, let me know what we're doing.
Hell yeah.
Later.
I'll meet you at McFadden's. We're going all night.
Jets! Let's go!
Everyone you see in that video was on TV when the Jets were making their picks tonight. Pretty unbelievable. By the way, we just looked into the email we got from the NFL. This place is supposed to stay open till 1 a.m. Richie, are we staying open? Are we staying on till 1 a.m.? What are we doing here? I'm not leaving. I can't leave early on a night the Jets picked 3 times in the first round. We're not leaving. We are not going anywhere, folks. Nowhere. All right, let me get to more of your calls shortly, but first, some super chats here. Again, anyone who wants to enter the raffle, everything is double for the entirety of NFL draft weekend here. I'm going to be live tomorrow afternoon when I get back from Pittsburgh. We'll preview night 2, discuss the latest on the Jets, and then I'll be live with Dylan Terraman for the entire second and third round on my YouTube channel tomorrow. So a little programming update for all of you. Come spend your Friday night watching the draft with me and Dylan Terraman. We're going to have a ton of fun. Let's see here. Super chat from Michael Schneiber. Michael, you're in the raffle for 4. Thank you. Everything's double. Hi, Jake. I was actually getting a Woody with the first round picks, and then they put the post-round wrap-up show with Glenn. Oh, well, and by the way, I think Jeff Lageman was a very good Jet. Lageman had a really nice career if you go back and look for what it's worth. Anyone who thinks Kenyon Sadiq is Kyle Brady, though, can we get that out of the way? No way. You know who Sadiq reminds me of when I went back and watched more of his highlights after the Jets took him tonight? You tell me Kenyon Sadiq doesn't remind you of Dustin Keller when you watch him play. All right, Sadiq's going to help this offense. He is. Matt checks in with a super chat. Call me the nostalgia, but Sadiq equals – I didn't even see this. See, Sadiq equals Dustin Keller. Great minds think, Matt. Well done. And Cooper equals Kotri. Love the pairing. All 3 players – super high football IQ, character, great night. Amen. Love that. Tom checks in. Muji got Buffalo back for screwing us last year. Boom. The Mooj. How about this super chat from KJ Nixon? KJ, thank you, man. I'm going to buy some shots for all the Jet fans on you tonight. Jake, appreciate your hard work. Great first round. Thank you, KJ. I really appreciate your support. 20 memberships, or 20 raffle tickets, I should say, for KJ. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. Make the calls quick because we have limited time before the NFL kicks us out. Let me just make sure we hit the super chats here. Uneducated writes in, I don't care what anyone says. Get me Drew Aller and I'll be stoked. His upside and size is too good to pass up. If it doesn't work out, take someone next year. If we're going to have the Drew Aller conversation, we're not having it at 44 tomorrow. We can have it in the 4th round, which the Jets still have 2 4th-round picks. Or if they trade down from 44 and they acquire a 3rd, then we can have the conversation then. Big Islander fan in the raffle for 1. It's actually now 2. Double the fun. Thank you, Islander fan. Scacia Jess writes in, a solid first round. Offense got a major help. It'll be nice to know the defenses aren't just going to stack the box against Brees and Russ the passer now because they have to account for the weapons they can get open. Again, if I just say to you, remove the Jets logo from the helmet, and I tell you the Jets have an offense that will feature a running back who went over 1,000 yards, a wide receiver who every year he's been healthy, he's went over 1,000 yards, an offensive line that has 2 bookend tackles and a very good guard, right? That's 3 of your 5 linemen. A tight end who's an ascending young player now going into his 2nd year, and they just added the 16th pick in the draft who's a freak athletic tight end and a really solid wide receiver in the 1st round. If I just said you don't know it's the Jets, I just described that team to you, you would say, wow, that team must be pretty good. Now, Geno Smith is a huge question mark. We understand that, but he's better than Justin Fields, better than Brady Cook, better than Tyrod. He could be a functioning NFL quarterback if he's protected. Do I have questions about the OC? Yeah, but he's better than Tanner Engstrand. Again, the Jets should not be. They might not be good, but they shouldn't be an abomination to watch. Baby steps. Aaron checks in. Is it me or the chemistry between them talking is weird? Cooper saved the night. I'm pumped. More work to do. Jets. Well, I think clearly The Bailey pick tells me Muji's got more sway than Glenn. I'll get more into this tomorrow. I don't want to start that with people right now. But that was like, if you're just talking about like who's the best football player, who would Aaron Glenn want? I still think he'd want Reese more than Bailey, but I digress. We'll talk more about that another time. I could live with the Bailey pick. The Reese Bailey thing is not going anywhere because he went to the freaking Giants. NC Green in the raffle for 2. Thank you, NC. Cole Young in our raffle for 2. TH3 writes in, Yahoo Sports continues to disgrace themselves. They gave every Jets pick a C-. Go F yourselves, Yahoo. Jet the F up. Anyone in here work for Yahoo Sports? One of my listeners says you should go F yourselves. Anyone? I'll work on that for you, TH3. James Mart says, corner or offensive guard with pick 44? I think corner, offensive guard, linebacker. I think any of those positions. Safety. I think you're not going to probably take another receiver there after you went tight end and receiver. But you know what I would do if I'm the Jets? BPA, best player available. I don't want a quarterback there, though. Do not take Carson Beck at 44. I'll puke if they do that. Genergy checking in, was out tonight near Hudson Yards and spotted an NFL draft party sponsored by the Giants. I yelled the loudest Jet chant as I walked by. Oh, what a night. Yeah, the Giants were at Hudson Yards and the Jets were by the seaport tonight. So both, because the World Cup is taking over MetLife. So our shitty stadium was unavailable for a draft party. So the Jets and Giants had to do something in the city. Cole Young, thank you, Cole. He's in the raffle for 10. Let's go. Let's go. Comments, questions, super chats. Cut the line. We're going to get to your calls shortly. This one is from NC. Sadiq equals Vernon Davis. If you tell me Kenyon Sadiq is Vernon Davis, the Jets just found themselves a weapon for a decade.
Good job.
Jason writes in, really like the picks tonight. Muji's doing damage so far. Let's see what else he has in store. Go Jets. I think we like the Mooj, right? We believe in the Mooj. We like what Muji's doing.
The Jet fans getting a little crazy.
We're going to go real crazy if they do something crazy at 44 tomorrow. Oh, I just saw this from Gleddy. Gleddy, let's go. It's been a while since I've been excited as a Jet fan. Very good first round. A $100 super chat from Gleddy. Hey, Richie, shots on me, courtesy of Gleddy. A $100 super chat. Your thoughts? Yeah, baby. Give him a hug, Woody.
I hug him every day. I hug him every day.
Let's go. Gleddy, you're the man. You're in the raffle for 40 entries in our raffle on Monday. Gotham Green Goblin, a $50 super chat. Richie, I'm getting you drunk, a $50 super chat. It's happening. Jets football. Do you smell the greatness?
Just don't let go of the rope.
Don't let go of the rope. Aaron Glenn said it best. In Darren Muji, we trust. Gotham Green says, down after Bailey, but you're right. He's a solid player. He's more than solid, people. I wanted Reese as much as anyone. David Bailey had 14 and a half sacks last year. All right. He's going to help this team. Sadiq pick is good after the Cooper pick because of the mismatch. Cooper is the steal, and I love screwing the Bills. Hopefully, as a good locker room guy, as JJ, same situation. Go Jets, drinks on me. Gotham, you are the man. Let's go.
It's Jets, 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 Jets. I love Fireman Ed, too.
Hey, if you're watching live right now, smash the like button. We got 1,200 of you in here right now. Just incredible. It's 12:10 a.m. on the East Coast, and the NFL's trying to kick us out of the draft. We're not going to let them do it. Brendan writes in, F. Arvell Reese, jet the F up. All right, it's F. Arvell Reese now. We have turned on Arvell quite quickly. People are laughing here, hearing me react to these comments. Colin Wolford in the house. He just gifted 5 memberships. Guess what? Hit the Jet chant. Let's go. I love it, man. I just can't get over the fact that our listeners were on the draft the entire night. In the middle is Boy Green. On the left is Hulk Hands. All right. Is Boba Jet in the picture? He's in here somewhere. I know he was. Lou B's on the right there. We got Juicy Jet in the back. I mean, everyone here was at our draft party today. And I told everyone they were going to be in the pit. And they were on the air more than Goodell was. It was insane. What do we got here? NC said Rodriguez tomorrow at 44. Train with Demario. If the Jets came away with Demario or with Jacob Rodriguez at 44, I think this fan base would erect a statue for Darren Muji. Would be so excited. B. Simbova says, really good first round. If we draft a quarterback, who would you want? For me personally, I'm not going to go crazy over any quarterback they take, as long as it's not at pick 44 or if they trade down from 44. I don't want anyone in the third round either. The earliest I would take a quarterback, they don't have their fifth round pick now. They traded it in the Cooper trade up. One of their forts, I could live with it. If you told me they took Beck in the fourth round, I won't go crazy. Aller in the fourth round. Cole Payton from North Dakota State. I honestly, I like Nussmeier. Nussmeier's talented, man. A year ago, people thought he was a first-round pick. I mean, Todd McShay mocked him number 1 of the Jets in his way too early mock a year ago. He had terrible injuries this year, but I don't know. He's healthy, and you watched him throw the football, like a little undersized, but I take a chance on him if he's there in the fourth round. I don't know if he's going to make it there. We'll see. I'm still surprised Simpson went 13. I really didn't think the Rams were going to do it. I thought they were going to be all in, try and win one more for Stafford, use that pick to get Lemon or someone or Cooper. Be fascinating to see what the Jets would have done, though, if Ty Simpson was on the clock and they had 33. They don't even have 33 now. So, it's just funny. We spent months debating Simpson at 16, and it was Simpson at 33. What do they do at 33 if he's there? They trade back into round 1 for him, and he didn't even make it to 16. The NFL draft in a nutshell right there. Henny writes in, I want you to put the word out, we back. Hey, I'm putting the word out, we back. You got it, Henny. You're welcome. Let's see. Curly Norman back from Australia. Curly, have you returned positive about your beloved Jets? You're in the raffle now for 2. Hit the Ty Simpson for one final time.
Jets, Jets.
Time to retire that drop. That's the last time anyone will ever see that drop play on the show. I lied. I'll play it one more time.
Jets.
All right, Ty Simpson. Good luck with the Rams, but you're no longer part of the Jake Asman show. Sam says Glenn basically said he has no time to develop and grow Reese. What is he unlocking in Bailey? Yeah, he basically did say that. I mean, again, I noticed that too. I didn't want to start it because I know all the Glenn bootlickers are going to come after me. But again, when Aaron Glenn says the quote, when I wrote it down because I thought it was notable. When Aaron Glenn says, we felt like Bailey fit us better. That's code for we didn't take the best player. Right? To me, that's code for we need someone that's going to help us right away. So, again, I don't love the process of Bailey over Reese if that's the reason why they did it. He doesn't really need to unlock a lot in Bailey. Just Bailey is a self-starter. He's older than Reese. He's going to get after the quarterback. He's going to help this team. We can't deny that. Jason Picker writes in. Boker Tov from Jerusalem. Mazel Tov, Jason. Loving the first round results. Hopefully the coaching staff doesn't screw this up. Isn't that everything? Cisco in the house. What up, Cisco? He's in the raffle for 4. Cisco won a Joe Klecko jersey on our show yesterday. Need to see Jake take a shot at Henny for the win. Any shots around here, Dom? I don't think so. TH3 says, guesses on what number our new players will wear. I think they're all going to wear number 1 based on this graphic. I don't know. To be honest, I haven't thought about it. Whatever numbers they were in college, I'm sure they would try and ask for that. Bailey were 31. That number is obviously retired for Aaron. Just kidding. I guess he could wear 31 with the Jets. What number? Sadiq was 9 in college, right? Isn't Will McDonald 9? What number? Let me see. Cooper wore 3 in college. Bailey wore 31. Sadiq wore 6. Is that 18? I guess he wore 18. So I guess we start there. Tom Roseman gifted 5 memberships. He's actually in the raffle for 10 because of this. Let's go, Tom.
Does anybody want a nutty buddy?
Yes, that's perfect.
Love it. Gotham Green Goblin in the raffle for 4. If Mood survives, or the Mood survives no matter what happens, he has shown the balls to do it. Now give me Aaron Glenn dancing down the sideline meme. Yeah, it's funny. I retired that one because all the Glenn bootlickers were like, "Arr!" So I'm like, all right, I won't play it in the offseason. We'll give the man a chance. But now we have people requesting it. So, what am I supposed to do? You put me in a tough spot.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
All right, I have the positive Glenn memes up. I don't even have the dancing one available. All right. Gotham Green, I'll tell you what. Hit me up this week. I'll have it uploaded for you. Until then, I'll give you Joe Beningo singing The Lion King.
We are mama way.
All right, sorry I don't have the dancing Glenn for you. All right, let's get to some calls, shall we? I appreciate everyone who's hanging out with us here. Let's start it off with Phenom. Hello, Phenom.
Hey, good evening, Jake.
Good evening, Phenom.
Spectacular night, great show. Shout outs to Richie and all the ASMANIACs in Pittsburgh. You guys did it big. I seen you on television. We blew up the whole nine. Now to the draft. Like you, I was going for Reese, hoping we would get Reese. I'm not mad that Bailey came into the house. I like that. When we draft Sadiq, I was thinking McConnell Lemon's on the board, but maybe Sadiq is the bigger player, gives us a little bit more flexibility, because he's a bigger body. So I like that. But the Omar Cooper pick was shades of the 2022 draft when we had that big time draft. So, I really got excited. I have been calling in because it's been theory. Now it's real. That's what I'm talking about. So we got real tonight, and you gotta like it.
Phenom, I love it, man. I love the positivity. Look, I think they added 3 players that are going to help them immediately at clear areas of need. So I'm excited. We got to hope the coaches can develop them now properly.
Absolutely right, Jake. So what do you see tomorrow? I'm seeing if we can get a linebacker, a safety,
best player available. You could tell me they took a linebacker, a safety, and they took a corner. Don't be surprised, Jet fans.
No. And I would like that too, because we're going to need some help, because Buffalo and the teams in our division have ramped up on their receiving course. So we're going to need to be able to counter that. But great show, buddy. Always love hearing you. Keep on doing what you're doing. We're doing it, man.
We're making it happen. Phenom, you're the best, man. Great to hear from you. The NFL just said we have 10 minutes left. All right. I'm going to have to fight Roger Goodell. So if I go to you, rip your points, and we'll make sure we can get in as many as we can. We got 10 minutes left in the show. We say hello to Tristan, who's next. What's up, Tristan?
Hey, what's going on? I'm super happy with the offensive picks. It was great having something to look forward to. Third down firepower. I think Mason Taylor and Sadiq could be on the field at the same time a lot. Njoku is my comparison, but you keep saying that Bailey is going to be an instant impact. I just ask you, when will he be an instant impact? Because we do not force third downs.
Week 1 when he sacks. He's going to sack Cam Ward week 1.
Okay, I will put $20 on that. Record this.
I want better odds than that.
I'll put a. You said Cam Ward. See, Cam Ward. That's not because the Titans aren't that good.
Well, you said, when is he going to make an impact? He's going to make an impact week 1.
I don't think so. I don't think we don't force enough third downs.
All right. Well, you call back week 1 and we'll discuss. I got to go, Tristan. I know you don't like Bailey. You made it very clear you wanted Ruben Bain. Let me keep going here. Adam is too cool is next. Hello, Adam.
Pretty good day for Hoosier Nation. What can I say?
Hey, look, we couldn't get Fernando, but at least we got Omar.
I mean, if you were to say, "Oh, we're going to get him in the second round," we'd be jumping up and down like crazy. But now we got a 5th-year option, and we gave up a toenail for it. So perfect. Can't believe that was a really good move by Muji. He really had us there. I think the fan base was ready to rip its hair out, and then pulled a rabbit out of the hat, and then sniped Buffalo for the second time after what I had called would happen, which is that a team went in front of Buffalo and got Malachi Lawrence, and then pushed them down, and then we pushed them down again. Feels good. And that was
I did
karma.
like that. I liked sticking it to the Bills there.
I know. I'm glad we did it after all. So I'll let some others talk. Good night. Hopefully the day 2 will be equally interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adam is too cool. Rob, the Jet fan, who was watching the draft at the main event on Long Island tonight with a bunch of ASMANIACs. What's up, Rob?
Hey, how you doing, Jake?
Rob, what's going on, man?
Had a great night with the guys and stuff. They were going a little crazy about the Knick game, of course.
Yeah, that was the only downer tonight. That was brutal.
Yeah. But, I mean, I tell you, I give them an A tonight. I give them
Well,
an
they
A.
got Bailey. They got 2 weapons. So you wanted Bailey, so you're thrilled, and they got 2 weapons.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad, Jake. I don't think it's bad at all. I think they did well tonight. I mean, I have to tell the truth here, and I think they did really well. You have a tight end who plays like a hybrid there. Like, he could be really productive offensively, and I love Cooper. When they got Cooper, that was the cherry on the sundae. I was really happy about Cooper. I was like you, too. When they got Cooper, I was like, oh, my God, we got Cooper.
It solidifies the Sadiq pick. It's like, okay, they got a real plan. Like they understood value. They knew Sadiq wouldn't be there at the end of the first round to trade back in. Cooper might, and they got him. So I think you got to like it a lot.
No, they did well, Jake. Don't be down, because I know in the beginning you were a little bit, but they're going to do. Bailey's going to be productive. He's going to be, from day one, he's going to be productive, that guy. And then with these 2 other guys here, I mean, they did good offensively. Now we got to see what we do day 2. But who do you like day 2, Jake?
A safety, a linebacker, Jacob Rodriguez, AJ Halsey. I would take. I doubt if one of the guards somehow got the 44, Prignon or Basantis. I would take one of them. Just keep going offense.
I like Rodriguez. Rodriguez, I like a lot.
Yeah, I like him too. I'll give you a corner that I think could make some sense. D'Angelo Pons. He plays like Aaron Glenn.
Oh, Pons. Yeah. It was a shame that Johnson went. I liked him.
Yeah, Rich
Chris
Cimini
Johnson.
mentioned that he was a sleeper for the Jets in round 2.
Yeah, I liked him. But Pons would be good too. But we did well, Jake. I'm gonna let someone else talk. But very happy tonight. We had a good time with the guys. But have a good night, everyone.
Rob, thank you very much. All right, we got 5 minutes left till the NFL tries to tackle me and like grab me and throw me out of their draft media room here. Let's rip through a couple more calls to the break of dawn. Kyle Clifton's next. Hello, Kyle.
How are you? If the goal was to improve the defense and improve the pass catchers, both missions are accomplished, right? You can't help how the draft fell. 16, they think Sadiq is a great value. I'm like, maybe they don't want to put a slot out there and take Lemon because they want to get Garrett in there more. And then they wait and they take Cooper when I probably preferred Boston. I said that he's kind of a slot too, but maybe they see them interchangeably between the slot and the Z. So, it looks to me like AD is going to be a dedicated X. They've got speed. They've got a different flavor with Cooper a guy that could be what Malachi Corley couldn't be for us. The real X factor is Sadiq. We still have Garrett. I think the team is greatly improved on offense, and you can't help who falls to you, but they stuck and they kept their powder dry when they felt like the other teams felt like they needed to go up into the top 10, and they were able to come back up from the second round later. If anyone had said that Cooper would go as late as he did, do you think they were crazy?
I mean, to get him at 30 is incredible value. To snipe him from the Bills, and again, 5th-year option on him. Love that. They traded a 5th-round comp pick to get him. Like, that's it. They traded 33 and a 5th-round comp pick. It's huge.
That's the other thing. It was nothing. Great night out in Woodbridge with Nick's party. You guys look like you're having a blast. I'll let you on to the next caller.
Kyle, appreciate you. Roger Goodell is walking over here, so we only have a finite amount of time. Mad Max, I can hear you. I'll save you the time. Let's go.
What's up, ASMANIACs? How you guys doing today? So let me agree with the draft, really. So I like the Bailey pick. Give it an A. I would have preferred Arvo Reese, but you know what? The only thing I really didn't like about Bailey was the process. Why would you cancel a top 30 visit? Aaron, Mr. Trust Me, bro, Glenn, he was sleeping in the meeting. And then 16, I was shocked Malachi Lemon fell on the board. I want Lemon, but you know what? I was okay with the pick. Sadiq is a great player.
Mad Max, thank you. Excellent call. Joe the Jets next. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Jake. I'm just going to be real quick. The David Bailey pick, loved it. Probably it's either or. People were kind of 50-50 on each. People had their pros and cons on Reese. People had their pros and cons on David Bailey. I'm very happy with the David Bailey pick. And Sadiq. Sadiq is a beast. And the fact that we sniped Omar Cooper from the Bills was just the cherry on top. And let me tell you something, this offense got a whole lot better after tonight. Gino has some help. Let Gino cook. Let Gino cook. That's all I'm going to say.
Yo, well done. Asman, let it rip. Goodell's coming over here. Let it rip.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hey, listen up. Bailey over Greece. I know that's already sending shockwaves. That's already sending shockwaves through the league, and we can talk about it. I was kind of down when we got Sadiq because I have not watched him like any of his highlights. But when we got Omari Cooper trading up 30th, it's like Moji leading up how to plan. Moji leading up how to plan. I like he's confident. I like how he looks. I like the whole wiggly face between he and Glenn. It's just like they're surprised. They got what they wanted. That's what I want to say. And I want to say JETS, Jets. Thank you to you. Enjoy McFadden tomorrow.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Hey, Roger, you stay over there. All right, I got a talk show to do. I got another call. I got the Five Brows on the line. Five Brows, let it rip. Oh my God, he's calling on a plane. You taking a shit?
Right now. I'm playing right now. I'm the first caller. No, I had to. I'm the first caller ever on the Jake Osmond show to be on a fucking plane. What up, man?
I don't know if that's true, but we can say it is.
I would say, I'll say I don't like the bid. I wish we got my Kai Lemon, and I think that's stupid. He's the next JSN. I'm heated, but you know what? In Muji we trust. Sadiq, I think it was a terrible pick, but I mean, I don't know if it's terrible, but we'll talk more tomorrow. But I don't really like it. I mean, Omar Cooper, great. I'll call you tomorrow though. I know I'm on the plane.
All right, enjoy the plane. All right, make sure you drop a nice deuce for us.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
I did not think we'd take a call from a guy on an airplane, but we are the New York Jets, so not bad. All right, today's closer is Derek, the Kansas Jet fan. Let it rip, Derek.
Jake, what's up? I know I got to keep this brief. Roger Goodell's about to kick you out of the room. In a bar surrounded full of Chiefs fans today, I think I'm very excited. I was on you with the Reese over Bailey, but we got our weapons, brother. I know Sadiq was not ideal at 16. I was kind of worried that Omar Cooper might not fall to us, but we got our weapons, brother. I know they're about to kick you out. I just want to do a quick Jets.
Yeah, Dom's currently fighting security right now. Dom, hold him off a little longer. Derek's making his final points.
All right, in a room surrounded full of Chiefs fans, everyone's a Chiefs fan. I'm the only Jets fan, and then there's a Packers fan. But all my Chiefs fans that were around me was like, hell yeah, you guys crushed the draft. Trading up to 30 was like surprised me. I was getting ready to lead the local pub, and I seen my cousin Billy was like, hey, the Jets just traded up. And I was like, what? No freaking way.
I saw the Jet thing flash, and I was like, oh, here we go.
In terms of positional value, real quick, Bailey and Omar Cooper at D end and receiver, you get 5-year options on them. If you want to trade out, we got 3 first rounds next year. Muji's cooking, baby. I love you, Jake. Love the show. Love all the ASMANIACs, JETS, Jets. Let's go, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go.
We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Oh, man, what a show. What a show. We literally are being thrown out here. Let me hit the final super chats here because I promised you no super chats left the line. Gotham says, I will hold you to that. That is in reference to me playing the Glenn Dancing video. I promise we will give you that, Gotham. Chef Kevin in the house in the raffle for 4. That is the Chef Kevin who's in the ASMANIAC Madness Final 4. Let's go. Love the picks, but it's coaching. Thanks for the show, Jake. Let's go, Jets. Thank you, Kevin. Gotham Green says, Mekhi Lemon's head is full of rocks after the fact I take Omar every day. Can't get Glenn Dancing tonight. Can I have O'Leary wedding jet chant? That I can make happen. All right. You want a little Matt O'Leary wedding jet chant? Let's do it. One of the guys in that video is right over there. He was sitting next to me the night of Matt O'Leary's wedding, and now he's right here. Where's Goodell? I just saw him walking over there. He was trying to shoo security at us. Tell Goodell that we know you used to intern for the Jets. Cut us some slack. Danger Zone says, as the number one Sadiq truther, the non-believers will say, hey, Dane, congrats to you, man. This is a big night for you. All right, if Kenyon Sadiq is awesome, you get credit. If he sucks, we will never let you hear the end of it. That's how it works. Jorge says, the dream draft, honestly. Defensive end and 2 top playmakers. Love it. Let's end on a positive note. We've gone for about an hour. I did a reaction to each pick. Bailey, Sadiq, and the trade-up unexpectedly for Cooper. We went live for an hour and a half from our draft party today, and here we are wrapping up night one in style. Tomorrow, I'm live for the entire second and third round on my YouTube channel. When I get back to New York and get back to my apartment, we will be live in the afternoon and preview night two and talk more about night one. But overall, what a successful night for the Jets. Successful night indeed. Thank you to everyone who watched all our coverage. Big thank you to my on-site producer, Dom D'Angelo, who did a great job with a bunch of the social media posts and keeping track of all the different things we've been posting all day, whether it be YouTube shorts or photos or videos or press conference clips. He's been on top of it. Big shout out to all the Jet fans and the ASMANIACs who came out to our pre-draft party at McFadden's earlier today. That was a blast. And again, if you're new around here, we talk Jets every day. The show's also available as a podcast on Apple or Spotify. So just search Jake Asman Show, and you can listen back to anything you might have missed. Before we get out of here, subscribe to the channel. That's the most important thing. Help us grow. We will be live in the afternoon tomorrow, right when I get back from Pittsburgh. We'll preview day two, and we will be live for the entire second and third round of the draft. The Jets will be on the clock at 44. We will see what they do. Until then, though, I leave you all with one last Jet chant. Again, let's go Jets. And as soon as this video ends, head to the comment section and please write your breakdown on the draft. Do you like night one? Tell me why. I want to read some of those responses on the show. Go Jets, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Live from Pittsburgh, this has been the Jake Asman Show as the NFL is kicking us out, but we're not going anywhere. Let's go Jets.
Jets, let's go!
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane, and if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets!